We doing? If you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. So, been forever since I got a legitimate toy bag. Local shops have been kind of pricing me out on a lot of stuff, or just haven't had inventory. But went in Friday for meeting up with the kids at the mall, and they actually had a bag. I grabbed it because I haven't done this in a while, and I needed content here. But we got GI Joe, not the traditional GI Joe, but a larger scale GI Joe. Big figures, little figures. GI Joe's always been hot. So right there, that probably pays for this whole bag. And the rest of it's just for fun, right? A lot of interesting looking things in it. So let's sort it first, and then I'll go through any like mystery stuff and figure out if it's worth anything, and then we'll see what we got. All right, we have a weird pirate guy with some kind of like stuff on his belly here. He's kind of rubberized, but he's also articulated. Imperial 1990. So Imperial makes like low quality dinosaurs and stuff. This is actually, I guess it's in terms of a action figure, it's low quality because it's rubber. The limbs are rubber, and the chest is kind of rubber too. I don't know. That's just an odd choice, but we'll see. I'm guessing no value, but one never knows. Because that's the, when you're talking about reselling, is anyone looking for this? It doesn't matter if it's old. People need to want it, and Imperial is not a name people talk about. It's not necessarily a thing that kids had that they really remember. So that's why I kind of feel it's not going to have value. All right, we got this weird, I don't know if this is wrestling figure. I mean, it's definitely got a wrestling figure action. It's just he has like a steel skull plate. Definitely throws guys. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Titan Sports, so this is a wrestling figure of some kind. 1992. I don't know who this is offhand. The thing is with wrestling figures is sometimes they don't look like the actual guy. They'll have like an 18 pack, and it's like that guy's fat. Like, but all the figures have to be like jacked to the gills. Now, issue is he's missing two fingers here. So this should have some kind of value. I almost want to say it's like supposed to be Steve Austin. It's dumb looking. I don't remember anybody that has this in 1992 for wrestling. 92. Because, like, who's that guy? Prince Albert, and then he was rebranded. He had, like, the bondage, but, like, that kind of look. But that was way past that. That had to have been, like, at least 98. All right, we got a Burger King. SpongeBob. Doesn't look like he does anything, and it's a Burger King toy. It's not going to have any value, but my kids will play with it. They love SpongeBob. We have a giant skateboard figure. It's missing a wheel. It takes batteries. Made in China. Wowie 2000. His spine is broken. He was in a tragic accident. Oh, whatever. We'll pop it open. Kind of thinking it's not going to be worth anything, but hard to say. Wowie makes interactive toys. So the fingerlings are their big thing for the last, I don't know, 10 years maybe. Look at how this battery's coming out. Alright. No corrosion. Oh, no, never mind. Corrosion. So I might have to fix this, but we'll see. Obviously, I'm not going to put any time into it to, unless it's going to have some kind of value. Alright, so we got batteries loaded in. I don't... Oh, here we go. He is on. Not doing anything. I have not a clue. So I will look him up, figure out what he is, and then we'll decide if we're going to try to fix it. Even if I can fix his neck, this wheel might be an issue because it's the outside surface that moves on these, and it's missing entirely. We might just do circles, but whatever. We'll put him in a maybe category here. We'll have to look him up. Okay. We have a golf ball, United States Congress golf ball. I'm guessing it has no value outside of like $1, but you never know. You can look it up. We have a very cheap goat. You can tell it's cheap because it's actually 2 halves. So anytime you see 2 pieces of plastic melted together, it is worthless. We've got, again, another one, same thing. Diplodocus, is that what they're called? Dinosaur? Alright, we got our GI Joe, kind of a more robust figure. So he's got some kind of like karate action. He's missing his sword. I think his name's Storm Shadow. Not Snake Eyes. But, so you squeeze his leg. You're supposed to swing a sword. I don't got it. But I'm guessing this is going to hold some value. And that's why I picked it up. 2008. I really want to stand up. I'm not sure you could adjust his leg. One of the legs is meant for, I don't know. That's an odd one. There we go. He kind of just doesn't lean. Okay. We've got something like covered in peanut butter. 2006 LFL, which is Lucasfilms. So this is a Star Wars thing. I don't know what exactly. It's missing one of the guns. I just took one of them off. And there's definitely other things that are supposed to attach to it. Feels like some kind of transformer. Yeah, it's some kind of variant, like transformer figure. It feels like it should come out and it's not. I don't want to force anything right now. Oh, okay, there we go. So it's that dude, whoever that is. I can't get this apart. I have no idea. Oh, we'll figure it out. It is missing quite a bit of component. I'll have to look it up. You have a very lightweight thing that says China. Some kind of Dragster with no front wheels. We have Sleepy from Seven Dwarves. There's a hole in the bottom. It's very cheap. It's like a baby toy. I'm just going to toss it. It's not going to have any value. And this guy. 2007 Mattel Boulder Media. I have not a clue. I'll have to look it up. But he does a handstand. That's pretty cool. Alright, so I'll dig into this stuff and see what we're actually going to price out, what we're going to toss. Shockingly, I couldn't rule anything out as being trash. That's not to say everything is valuable, but everything in that lot actually could potentially hold value. So I'm just going to have to go item by item. So this is Wow Wow Wubsy. I have not a clue what this is from. Presumably a TV show. But did a Google lens on this. So I'm just going to jump over to what I'd pulled up on eBay. So some of the prices are kind of all over the place. So we got this guy here doing a handstand. It seems to be one of his gigs is doing handstands. And they kind of interlock. We got like $12 on this one. So the question is, does this sell? I've never heard of this thing. In 2007, it's been around for a bit. It might be one of those things that has, you know, a continued media following despite the fact it's not been around. So yeah, Nick Jr. show. So we had 73 Wow Wow Wubsies. 13 sold. Now I'm not seeing this one well represented. I'm guessing the show either isn't around or just was not popular to begin with. Somebody spent $40 on all these. But I don't think this is going to sell individually. Seems everything that's selling is a lot. Best offer, yeah. I'll throw it aside. I might include it in something at a later date, but for now, it's not going to work for me. Next up, we got an Imperial Pirate from 1990. I think this is going to probably be in the same boat as the last one, where it's not going to sell individually, but if I had several, I could bundle them up maybe, but we'll look at this. All right, we got 283 Imperial Pirate 1990s. So this is definitely the same vibe here, if not the same guy. Individually, people are asking, you know, standard $8-9. All right, there's our guy. So $8, Captain Hook is what they're calling him. Long John Silver. Oh, this must have been actually themed after pirates. Blackbeard. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, if you're into history and pirates, if you're into pirates or are interested in pirates, look up Captain Kidd. He's quite interesting. But yeah, so I don't know if any of these are selling. So we got 283 for sale. And we got 24 sold. That's not great. Now here's our guy for $7. Yeah. Probably not going to bother listing him either. Oh, man. Pirates of Darkwater. That was a jam back in the day. I love that show. I wish I had some of that stuff. But yeah, so I don't think he's going to move by himself. I'm not going to bother listing him. Might do like a pirate lot. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll get a bunch of firefighters or police, and I'll just do a lot of whatever, a category, and they tend to go. People want to decorate an office or do a party. They'll pick it up if it's cheap, but this way it's just not going to move. All right, so knowing nothing about golf, we have a Pinnacle number 4 United States Congress golf ball. I don't know what any of that actually pertains to. I don't know if like 4 is some kind of rating. I've never swung a golf club in my life. Know nothing about it. Don't want to know anything about it. But could be these things are valuable. So we got 3 Pinnacle 4 Congress golf balls. I don't know, maybe putting the 4 in there was a problem. I'm guessing this isn't going to come up. Nope, we got nothing. Alright, so let me ditch the 4 and just go Congress. So we got Pinnacle 3, Pinnacle 4. Like, I don't know who made this or for what reason. If it was a campaign thing. Do you figure somebody's name would be on it rather than just like Congress? Like, what, beef is what's for dinner. Like, does this have a point? Congress? We just need to be aware of them. But, yeah, this doesn't seem to have any value. I don't know if just golf balls would sell. Let's do Pinnacle golf ball. What does a golf ball go for? People are selling bags of golf balls. People are selling... Okay, so Pinnacle 2 for $8. 5,200 golf balls out there. Do people buy golf balls on eBay? Kinda. I'm thinking this isn't gonna be worth listing though. Apparently there's some, people collect golf balls perhaps, but I don't think this one's gonna go. Probably not worth listing. Sports teams, okay. Universities, just a regular old Pinnacle golf ball. Yeah, probably not going to do anything with it. That's too bad. Alright, so this one was actually hard to find. And I don't know if that's going to translate into anything. It's in bad shape. So I'm missing a gun. It has like peanut butter on it, which at least I can fix. I don't know what else it's missing. It has a peg here, like it should have something else, but this is the Star Wars Transformers crossover of the Magna Guard. So, pricing this is going to be tough. So we got 18. So I think this one was rather rare. Because what even were these? I don't remember these in a movie necessarily. Unless it's the things that roll around in a ball. But as a toy, the Star Wars Transformers crossovers, I don't think did well. I've bought them, and I think I still have them years later. Just nobody's looking for these things. No, like movie crossover stuff, this thing wasn't in a movie. So you miss out on that collectability. But there doesn't seem to be a lot of this one out So I'll go and see if any sold, because I might be able to part it out if these are moving at all. So we got 6 sold. So in the box, this is going, this guy, that was overseas and complete. So because I'm missing the gun, I think I'm missing other stuff. It's hard to tell, because it didn't really want to come apart for me. These are the feet. That folds out somehow. We have like a shoulder piece, head. Yeah. I was hoping, because this part detaches, I was hoping to get something for the gun itself, if people were looking to complete this. But it doesn't look like these are moving at all, other than the few of them were in the box. So I think this is a bust, unfortunately. I mean, in the box, it looks like they're going all right. Yeah, we don't really have any for sale, oddly enough. So this guy's selling for figure only, and they want 30 bucks. If it was complete, obviously I would list it, but yeah, it's just going to be too hard of a sell this way, so we will move on. All right, so we have from WowWee, year 2000, the Totally Extreme Micro Skateboard. So, few issues before I even look into this. 1, I'm missing a wheel. 2, this is a remote controlled vehicle and I don't have the remote. So some remote controlled vehicles can use any remote and some cannot. I have no idea which one this is. So I guess if nobody is buying these without the remote, that will tell us exactly what it's worth. Also, I don't know if I could even tell if it works without the remote. I could clean it up, but I don't want to sell something that's ultimately no good. It's really not worth ruining your seller rating if somebody gets upset about it. So we have 27 of these. We have the exact one here. So vintage 2000 Tony Hawk. Is this supposed to be Tony Hawk? Or is this his brand? That one says Tony Hawk too. I don't know. Anyways. No remote. Untested. For 27. No remote untested for 18. Inbox for 50 bucks. No remote. Remote only. So usually if the remote sells for good money, you know it works. Like for instance, Guitar Hero World had a guitar and it needed a dongle, but the dongle would pair with any guitar. So the dongles were worth like 8 times as much as the guitars, because that's the thing that got lost. So I'm wondering, we're not seeing a lot of examples of this anyways. I'm wondering if the remote would pair with something or not, but we'll look at sold and learn a bit about this. So far this bag's a bust, but we're seeing different stuff when we're learning. So we got no remote Tony Hawk, 25 bucks. We got one of those. I'm going to try changing the search name to WowWee Skateboard. See if anything else comes up. No exact matches. We'll make it one word. Nope. So these must have been like a, I don't know. I'd never heard of this. Yeah, this came out when I was not a kid, but something like this, somebody in school would have bought one of these. I feel like. 20. There's a few of them out there, just there's no interest in them. If I knew it worked, I'd list it, and if this wheel was complete, I'd list it, but I'm not actually going to bother. Because it's just going to sit, and it takes up some space, so... Again, I'll give it to my kids. They'll goof around with it for a bit. We got 2 items left. Right, so we got this action figure, 1992. And this isn't WWE, this would be WWF. I think, happened, I want to say, 96, maybe. So I should know this. This is absolutely my wheelhouse, and I don't recognize this guy at all. Somebody with like a half of a... Like, it's raised. It's not like he has face paint. It's like he's wearing a mask, and I don't remember this guy. And he's got like a weird bodysuit. Like, this should... I loved wrestling as a kid. This should be a guy I know, but... Alright, let's look and see what we got. I'm just doing WWF the year and figure. Like, yeah, Bret Hart, obviously. Razor Ramon, even though it looks nothing like him. The Repo Man. Remember, Barry Darso. Big Boss Man. Okay, here he is. Warlord. This does not look anything like Warlord. So Warlord was in a tag team with Barbarian. Dude was enormous. He did not wear this getup though. He was just he had face paint too, so just a bad representation. Nails. Mr. Perfect, Papa Shango. Alright, so value wise, this could be something. Let's see. 92. And we'll put Warlord. Got 53 Warlords. And these are going for alright money, but I'm missing fingers. And that's going to be obviously a big deal. The action works, which is cool. It's good action, too. So this may end up being like an 8-bucker with the fingers and the condition they're in. The backing on these things. This is... If it was in good shape, obviously I'd get some decent money out of it. And this guy wasn't hugely popular. He's, you know, heel tag team. But 18 sold. I'm looking like $12 complete. That's bids, so that doesn't count. I'll try to get 10 out of him. I think that might work. Oh, that's weird. This guy's different. Does this come off? There's no way this comes off. No, it's just a different, like a variant, where the guy doesn't have the goofy mask. Huh. Yeah, I think I could possibly get 10 out of him. I'll just double check. That's bidding 5 days out, and it's already at $9. Yeah, we'll list it for 10. We're gonna go for it. We gotta make our money back on this bag somehow. Oh yeah, I didn't even put the thing up. I paid $4 for it, so we're gonna do 10. There we go. We are kind of sort of making money here. So we got one left, and it's the reason I bought the bag, so hopefully it's a banger. Alright, final one. The reason I bought the bag, Storm Shadow, not a traditional GI Joe, but a 2008, like, more traditional action figure with a really cool, if he had a sword, like, sword swing. Action works. He's got a little discoloration on him. I bet I could, like, do a magic eraser and get rid of that, but let's see what we can learn about this guy. Storm Shadow in the year, we got 500 results, so we're going to have to knock this down. So immediately we got these, but they have leggings. I don't think it's one of these. This guy has exposed arms. Here we are. Rise of Cobra action figure. That's $18. No sword. So I don't know if this is from the movie. Was Rise of Cobra the movie? Rise of Cobra, okay. Sure. Alright, so we got another one that's $9. So that's not terribly promising. With his sword, Action Battlers. That's what this is called. Alright, so we can do, is this the right guy? Yeah, it's gotta be the same guy. Sword slicing action, Storm Shadow, Ninja Mercenary. Okay. So we'll change this to Action Battlers. We got 340. I'm guessing this is going to be an $8 item without the sword. There's none sold, which I have a really hard time believing. We got the traditional, oh man. Obviously I had all this when I was a kid. $90 for, oh, complete, there's no way. That's why it's worth so much. So we'll put the year back in and get rid of Action Battlers. I'd be very surprised if nobody bought this. With how many are listed. It could be that the GI Joe collectors are purists. They don't want the new age figures. I mean, GI Joe was its own thing. I was a huge fan as a kid. These bigger ones in the box are going, but not solo. Very surprising. Yeah, so we didn't really make much money on this. Obviously, we're gonna pull in a whopping $1 when all is said and done. I did learn quite a bit, though. You know, looking at the different stuff we brought in, that Wowie skateboards thing. If I found one with the remote, I think it would move. The Transformers thing, I know, just to temper expectations, I guess, on those, which I've already learned because I believe I already own some that aren't going anywhere. And yeah, just stay away from GI Joe that's not traditional GI Joe. It doesn't seem to have value. So if you like reseller content, toy content, and the like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.